Yeah, good morning, all of you. So this is all we discussed already. Now let me go to Java stack process. In the Java stack, how the transaction will be processed. So listen me carefully, all of you. So one SAP transaction is getting processed in Java stack. You should know this. So from web browser, whatever the request is coming, it goes to dispatcher. Dispatcher will hold your request. That means in ABAP stack, you have a dispatcher queue. Here also we have the similar concept. Connection and manipulation manager. There is a component called connection and manipulation manager within the dispatcher. Web browser will take a request from the user. It will send to dispatcher, dispatcher to dispatcher queue. From there, connection manipulation manager. Connection manipulation manager will manipulate the user request and what kind of request it is, from which browser it is coming, and whether the user used HTTP or HTTPS, and what is the port number. It collects all the values and will take the help from HTTP provider service. So this provider service will understand the HTTP request. Connection manipulation manager will establish the connection to the dispatcher or SAP system. From there, HTTP provider service will take your job. Why? Because the request is coming from either HTTP or HTTPS. So then it will take your request, it will update to the cluster manager. There is a request waiting in the queue. So the cluster manager will have all the requests in the dispatcher queue. In the first come first serve basis, the cluster manager will contact the server process. Within the server process, you have another cluster manager. Both the cluster managers will talk each other and the request will be transferred here. So dispatcher is contacted the cluster manager of one server process. Within the server process will come to know how many worker threads you have and how many worker threads you have free. So once the cluster manager has contacted the cluster manager of server process 0, then this cluster manager will update there is a free work process, free worker threads, or they don't have free worker threads. If they have free worker threads, immediately the connection will be established here. If there is no free worker threads, immediately that will be updated to the dispatcher. Then it will wait for the other worker thread. Like that, server process will come to know how many worker threads are free, how many worker threads are busy. Then it will update to the cluster manager. Cluster manager will have that information. Just assume now the user request is handled by the server process 0 and one worker thread number 197 or 196 wants to process your job. Then HTTP provider service will take your job because the request which is coming from a web is a web request. That's why HTTP provider service will take care of your job. Still the user request is a web request and unstructured request. This is not a structured request. Now the web container will take the job. From web, whatever you entered, web container will take your request and it will assign one container called EJB. EJB, web container will contact EJB container. EJB container is the Java container. Why? Because this is a Java stack, right? This is the Java stack. The Java container will take your job. Web container is only web request. So web container will take a job. Web container will take a job. And till web container, the request is a unstructured request. Unstructured request will be transferred to EJB container. That means the way the unstructured request will be converted to structured format will be done by the EJB container. So that means internally EJB container will take the help from JDBC. So JDBC will convert unstructured request into structured format. For this, we need to have a buffer area. So EJB and JDBC, both the containers will convert unstructured request into structured format. Then only the request will be sent to Java database. So That means from web, whatever the request is coming, it goes to dispatcher. Connection manipulation manager will handle your request. Then it goes to HTTP provider, then cluster manager. Then again in the server process, HTTP provider service will take your job because still it is an unstructured request. And web, whatever you entered, we need to have some container for this to understand the web request. That's why Java will assign a web container service. From web container service, JDBC, ODBC. There are two types of connections will be there. JDBC connection, ODBC connection. In the next classes, we'll discuss what is JDBC, what is ODBC. So EJB container will assign a connector called JDBC or ODBC. So JDBC will convert unstructured request into structured format, and the structured content will be handled by the JDBC connector. There are two types of containers or connectors, JDBC, ODBC. From Java, from web, whatever is coming will be handled by JDBC. From GUI or web-based, from web only, but from GUI, if something is coming to Java stack, that will be handled by ODBC. In the next classes, we'll discuss what exactly it is. So now, once the Java stack has started processing any of the job, IRCTC website you are executing, and once you entered www.irctc.co.in, you got the first screen. In the first screen you got, it means the screen as displayed from the database. In that screen, next screen, you are giving the username as Ramesh, password as some ABC123. Again, that will be sent to database, and database will give you a different screen. So screen number 2 has come now. And in the screen number 2, you are giving source as Hyderabad, target as Bangalore, and train number is some XYZ train number. And once you enter, again that goes to database. Database will give you a different reply. That is screen number 3. Like that, once you are done with the ticket booking, almost 10 to 15 screens you will get it. By the time you can confirm your transaction is completed. So wherever the server process, Java transaction means whenever the user has contacted the DB is a DB transaction, server process will take care of your job. One screen, one time. You're contacting the DB, it's a DB transaction or a server process transaction, we can say. But once you are done with the transaction processing, you book the ticket or you cancel the ticket or you change your profile parameters, anything you have done, that is Java transaction. Getting, guys?
Yes.
Any questions, guys, on this today?
Java transactions are handled by ICM.
ICM and ITS both will help the server process or the dispatcher to handle the request. That's correct.
And through ICM, it will come to this this normal word process only, no? Like
Yes.
dialog word processes.
That's correct. That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Any
Sir,
question?
sir, to process this request, any guess how much memory it will consume to execute that request?
How much memory? And no, there is no limit like this. Usually it will be like there will be sizes of the blocks here. The sizes will be till Oracle it is 8 KB, and from HANA right from 4 KB till GBs also it will be assigned. HANA memory structure will be different, but till Oracle the structure is 8 KB blocks will be assigned. Each block size will be 8 KB. Whether you need, if you need 12 KB space, but Oracle database will assign 2 blocks, 8 KB, 8 KB. So in the first block 8 KB will be assigned, second block only 4 KB will be used, rest of the 4 KB will be free. Whenever you get a memory issue and you need to do the defragmentation or reorganization, by the time these free blocks will be captured and will be used for the other transactions. Again the block size will be 8 KB. But if you go to HANA DB, the block size will start from 8 KB. There are different containers here. Different sizes of containers will be there. Based on the user request, how much exactly they want it, they will split into 4 KB, multiply of 4 KB, and it will be released. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Any questions, guys?
Sir, Java portal both are same, sir, or both are different, sir?
Java, I didn't get you.
And Java and portal, sir.
Java stack is needed for the portal system.
Okay, sir.
Java is the instance in the SAP level to handle the enterprise portal request.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Okay, sir. Means any major difference in portal, sir? Means what kind of mechanism is going on portal?
So who is this? Yesterday you are not there in the call.
Yes, sir. This Chaitanya, sir.
Are you there in the call yesterday?
No, sir. I'm on another call, sir.
Oh, yesterday we discussed. Review the recording.
Okay, sir.
Come to know. And if you have any confusion, just call me back. I'll try to help you out.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions, guys? All of you. Did you get the concept, guys, today?
Yes, sir.
All of you. Just correlate your like regular activities, what you are working. You will come to know, guys. When you are troubleshooting something and just try to analyze the error, then you will come to know what exactly it is. Okay. And Java stack request usually we don't see, but ABAP stack at least we can imagine, and how the request is getting processed, what are the components are getting involved here, what is task handler, ABAP interpreter, screen interpreter, database interpreter, you will come to know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any questions, guys? Any questions? If you don't have any questions, we'll conclude the call. Good, guys. We'll meet tomorrow.